So y'all, this is awkward as So I checked my email today and I happened to get a message from someone who represents Jay Z and Beyoncé. I don't want no smoke. Y'all got it. I'm not trying to wake up with my phone hacked or me mysteriously disappearing from the internet.
That's why we got to be working together to tell our stories. But I will tell you, to the audience, if I do come up missing, all the calls I've been getting have been about him.
Say what now? Not Beyoncé and Jay Z allegedly sending their goons to silence people from speaking on their victims? Chili, pull up a chair because we're about to unpack some serious tea, and trust me, it's about to get messy. So here's what's going down. Rumors are swirling that Beyoncé and Jay Z are in full panic mode after some of their alleged victims were recently exposed. A few weeks back, Jaguar Wright sat down for a heated interview with Piers Morgan where she dropped bombshells, claiming that Jay and Bey allegedly kept people locked up in their home and tortured them. First, many brushed Jaguar off as just making things up. But things escalated quickly. Reportedly, Beyoncé and Jay Z hit Jaguar and Piers Morgan with a cease and desist the very next day. Piers was even allegedly forced to pull the interview down. We thought that might be the end of it, but no, Beyoncé and Jay Z allegedly circled back and started sending cease and desist letters to anyone who dared to speak about the situation. Now, before the interview with Piers, Jaguar had already made some wild allegations, like accusing Beyoncé and Jay Z of being involved in the death of Jay's alleged pregnant mistress, Kathy White. So people already expected her to come with some heat. But this time was different. Jaguar wasn't just talking on her Instagram or some random YouTube live. This was national television. Millions were watching. And that apparently terrified Jay and B. Jaguar went all in, calling them a nasty couple and accusing them of having literal skeletons in their closet. She claimed that Jay Z and Beyoncé allegedly drugged people until they passed out, then flew them to their house to do whatever they pleased. She even went as far as saying there are bodies hidden in their home. On top of that, she accused Jay Z of being involved in Aaliyah's death. According to Jaguar, both Jay and Bey allegedly invested millions into taking down R. Kelly and Diddy, not just to protect the public, but to erase any evidence that might link them to those two before law enforcement could step in. And get this, Jaguar says she has 3 victims on speed dial right now, ready and willing to testify in court if it comes to that.
Dream Hampton spearheaded the Surviving R. Kelly campaign, which fueled the Me Too campaign. And that was all funded by Sean Carter to make sure that Robert Kelly went to jail. Get his lick back. Why is nobody understanding that Dream Hampton was being financed and ran by Sean Carter? They were able to go and get all of these witnesses because he was there with Robert Kelly. How does Jay Z sit down with Gayle King and she not ask him one question about the intersection between him and Aaliyah and Robert Kelly? This is insane that people keep refusing to see what's right there.
How many victims potentially do you think there could be?
Thousands. Thousands. I've talked to hundreds that I deal with still myself. I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
What do you think happened with Kim
Keeping
Porter?
people against their will. Putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane. Unconscious. There's a lot of things that people don't want to talk about. A response that changes now, Sean. You must respond. You have no choice. Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Robert Kelly, Sean Combs have one person in common, professionally and privately. Sean Carter. This has been a fist of tyranny that has been punching through our culture and our society for decades. It must stop.
She also mentioned that Diddy plans to reveal all of this in court once the trial begins, and anyone who thinks otherwise just isn't paying attention.
Do you think that if he's cornered in the way that he's been now, that he may start revealing things about other people?
He has no choice. His ego and his addiction won't allow him to do anything different. Anybody who thinks he's not going to talk is crazy. The simple fact that he's not saying more now only means that the people who have been protecting him all along, who put him in position to be such a horror to the black community, still find value in him. He's got everybody on tape. They all know it.
When Jaguar first made these allegations, many people thought she was going too far, especially since she didn't provide any solid evidence to support her claims. Seemed like she was just throwing accusations out there and expecting people to believe her simply because she's Jaguar right. At the time, she wasn't taken seriously. But now she's being seen as some kind of oracle of truth. Public opinion quickly shifted from doubt to belief, especially after Beyoncé and Jay Z reportedly sent their lawyers to pressure Piers Morgan into taking down the interview. This marked the first time Jay and Bey had directly responded to the allegations, and it made people wonder, why did this interview bother them so much? Many began to speculate that maybe Jaguar was telling the truth, and they just wanted to shut it down before it went any further.
Shocking allegations levelled at Sean Diddy Combs have burst the floodgates on salacious claims about an industry many people believe harboured a monster. Understandably, the internet's ablaze with claims about these events and whether other powerful figures were involved too. Well, last week I interviewed Jaguar Wright, a singer-songwriter who's made claims about Diddy for years. Those claims had already received a lot of attention in the media across many platforms for many years. And that's the thing about platforms. The reality of the modern world is that pretty much everyone has a platform as long as they have something to say that other people want to hear. That's why we invited her on to be interviewed. The people making these claims have an audience with or without shows like mine. Well, Jaguar Wright unexpectedly made several serious allegations about Jay Z and Beyoncé during that interview. As I said in the moment, they were not present to respond or defend themselves, but now they have. Their lawyers contacted us to say that those claims were totally false and have no basis in fact, and we've therefore complied with the legal request to cut them from the original interview. Editing interviews is not something we do lightly at a show called Uncensored. But, like the proverbial cries of fire in a crowded theatre, there are legal limits on us too. And we apologise to Jay Z and Beyoncé.
One person put it bluntly, they just told us they're guilty without actually saying it. Top apologizing, Beyoncé is one of those crazy people and Jay Z is a straight-up bozo. They're guilty for sure. Another added, I don't get why Jay Z is demanding apologies from Jaguar Wright and Cat Williams. Maybe it's because they've got the receipts. As for Jaguar, she doesn't seem bothered at all. The word on the street is that she was also hit with a cease and desist, but she's refusing to stay quiet. But here's the wild part, Jaguar and Piers were just the beginning. Things really got messy when Beyoncé and Jay allegedly sent their legal team after random TikTok users who were simply reporting on the rumors. These users were threatened and told to take their videos down or risk having their platforms destroyed. Instead of backing down, they clapped back with more tea. The first to speak out was TikToker Noah Glenn Carter, who claimed he received an email from Beyoncé and Jay Z's team warning him to delete his videos, or else his whole page would be wiped out. This drama is spiraling out of control, y'all.
I would like to formally apologize to Beyoncé. So I got an email earlier from someone saying they're on Beyoncé's team and they're not too happy about this video I did on Beyoncé. Now that video had to do with the whole thanking Beyoncé during award show stuff. And I want to apologize directly to Beyoncé for that video. So Beyoncé, Queen, or whatever you want to be called, Your Majesty, you are an icon. I thank you. I thank you as much as I possibly. I am very thankful for you. And to you to cover all my bases. Please, highest queen, forgive me of my trespasses. I love you and I don't think you did anything wrong. Please humbly accept the apologies of both me and my family. You are the most influential person of any generation in history, and I hope that you accept my deepest, sincerest
The second TikToker to speak out was Z-Rex, who also claimed he woke up to an email from someone allegedly connected to Jay Z and Beyoncé's camp. Just like before, they were demanding that he take his videos down and issue a public apology, retracting everything he'd said about them. Z-Rex went a step further. He said he was genuinely scared for his life. According to him, the only reason he was apologizing publicly was because he didn't want to end up missing or harmed by anyone associated with B and J's camp.
So y'all, this is awkward as So I checked my email today and I happened to get a message from someone who represents Jay Z and Beyoncé. It said on behalf of Jay Z and Beyoncé. So I'm like, what the? This can't be real. I opened it, y'all. So somehow the video I made on Jay Z and Beyoncé got back to them somehow, or someone around their circle, and they did not like what I said. Y'all, I'm just a regular person, so this is crazy to me. I ain't gonna lie. I never thought me making a video would have Jay Z and Beyoncé coming for me. This wild as. So I would just like to give my utmost apology to Jay Z, Beyoncé, Blue Ivy, the twins, anybody that was offended on her team about the video I made. I read the whole email, and what's understood don't need to be explained. I know y'all had the money, y'all had the power. Like I just said, I'm a regular dude, bruh. I would just like to say it again. I humbly apologize. I did not mean to cause any harm to you, Miss Queen Beyoncé. Like, I don't want no problems. I don't want no beef. I did not know my video would make me get an email. And yeah, I just, like I said, I apologize. I don't want no smoke. Y'all got it. I'm not trying to wake up with my phone hacked or me mysteriously disappearing from the internet. So y'all,